From late-night mall break-ins to public riots, animal abuse, and serious criminal charges, these are 7 times streamers were exposed as criminals, caught on camera, in real time, with nowhere to hide, starting with a crime that was basically handed to the police on a silver platter. In 2025, Duke, a popular member of the AMP, went live on Twitch and YouTube while playing hide-and-seek inside a closed mall in Texas late at night after it was shut down. Breaking into a mall is already a bad idea, but doing it on camera in front of thousands of people made it even worse. When security showed up, things got serious fast. Instead of staying calm and listening, Duke tried to run. And the worst part? Everything was recorded. His own live stream showed him trespassing and trying to escape. There was no way to deny it. The clip spread online almost immediately, and he was charged with criminal trespassing and evading arrest. In the end, Duke's own live stream became the evidence that got him arrested. At least his crime was just trespassing. But while Duke's mistake was reckless stupidity, Aspen Cartier's was something far darker. Aspen Cartier was a Twitch streamer and rapper who built her platform on personality and performance. But in early 2026, a video started circulating that had nothing to do with music or streaming. It showed her allegedly abusing a puppy on camera while streaming.
Why the fuck would you fucking pee on the fucking floor?
The clip spread fast, and the backlash was immediate. Animal cruelty charges were filed, her Twitch account was temporarily banned, and sponsors disappeared overnight. What made this case especially shocking was that it wasn't caught by accident or leaked from behind the scenes. It happened right there on her own stream, in front of her own audience. People in her community, who had followed her for years, were shocked and upset. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. There was no misunderstanding and no way to explain it away. The video was clear, and it showed exactly what happened. You can delete a clip, but you can't delete what thousands of people already saw. Aspen's crime was impulsive and public. But unlike her moment of rage caught on camera, some streamers don't slip up. They use their platform as a weapon. Adam Isaac was a Minecraft-related content creator who used his online presence to access something no content creator should ever go near: children. In 2017, he was jailed for over 2 years after it came out that he had been grooming young boys aged 12 and 14 through the game. What makes this particularly alarming is how calculated it was. He didn't stumble into something inappropriate. He deliberately targeted children in spaces designed for them, and used a beloved game as a tool to do it. This case became part of a wider conversation about how platforms and games popular with young audiences can be exploited by predators hiding behind screens. Parents and platform moderators took note, and child safety policies across multiple platforms were tightened in the years that followed. Adam Isaac is behind bars, but the damage he caused to those kids doesn't end when his sentence does. He weaponized a gaming platform meant for children. But while Adam hid behind Minecraft to hurt people, Vitali made his chaos the entire show. Vitali built his name on stunts, pranks, shock content, pushing limits for views. For years it worked. He had millions of subscribers and a reputation for going further than anyone else. But in 2025, that reputation caught up with him in a serious way.
Yo, shut the f up!
You!
Stop talking! You f. What's up? What the f was? What's a lady? I'm about to do it to both of you. What's up? What's it?
He was arrested in the Philippines after a live stream went badly wrong. And we're not talking about a prank that flopped. He was charged with harassment, theft, and unjust vexation after footage showed him stealing items and harassing locals on stream. He was detained for months.
What are you gonna do? Dispatch. I'm a homosexual.
The wild part is that Vitali had actually shifted his content in recent years towards so-called predator hunting streams. positioning himself as someone exposing bad people. The irony of then being arrested for his own on-stream behavior wasn't lost on anyone.
Ongoing, Vitali Zadorowetsky was handcuffed, but this did not stop him from snatching the hat of an officer on his right. He also made the L sign while Department of Interior and Local Government Secretary John Vic Remulla was discussing the Russians' charges. According to Remulla,
his fans had watched him escalate for years, always pushing further for the next viral moment. But there's a point where edgy content becomes criminal behavior, and Vitali crossed it. At least his chaos was somewhat contained to himself. Kitanat's recklessness put thousands at risk. Kitanat is one of the biggest streamers on the planet. Record-breaking Twitch numbers, massive cultural presence, collaborations with some of the biggest names in entertainment. But in August 2023, one decision almost derailed everything.
Yeah, random questions, bro. If you get it right, boom, you get a PS5, just like that.
Multiple injuries.
You are ordered to disperse.
They threw cones, they threw chairs. Police charged influencer Kitanat with inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. He avoided the spotlight while being released from custody.
Everybody for themselves.
He announced a free giveaway event at Union Square Park in New York City. The problem? The crowd that showed up was absolutely massive and completely unmanageable. Thousands of people flooded the park. Things got chaotic, and it turned into a full riot situation. Property was damaged, people were injured, and dozens were arrested. Kai was charged with incitement to riot and unlawful assembly. The argument from his side was that he couldn't have predicted the crowd would spiral that badly. And there's a real conversation to be had there about what responsibility a creator carries when they have that kind of reach. But the charges were still filed, and the footage of what happened in that park was undeniable. A fun giveaway turned into a public safety crisis, and thousands of people were in the middle of it. He eventually addressed it publicly, but the moment made the entire creator space rethink how events like this should be handled. But while Kai never meant for things to spiral, JohnnySomali built his entire brand on intentional chaos. JohnnySomali might be the most internationally infamous streamer on this entire list. His entire content model was built on being offensive. He would travel to other countries and deliberately harass locals, cause scenes in public, and live stream all of it for reaction content. Japan, Israel, South Korea. He left a trail of chaos and criminal charges across multiple countries.
And what?
Just don't all you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing. Oh.
Anonymous sent $3 for
What do we do? What do we do?
In Japan in 2023, he was arrested for obstruction and public disturbances. In South Korea in 2024, things escalated even further, with charges that included assault and the creation of non-consensual deepfake content, which is a serious sexual offense in South Korea and treated as such under their laws. He pleaded guilty to several counts and is facing potential years in prison.
We bringing it. Let me see some pirate shot right now, nigga.
I want to have a peace. I'm sorry. I was under the influence of alcohol. I want to have a good time in Korea. Koreans are good people. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart. What else can I do?
What sets JohnnySomali apart from most creators on this list is that there was nothing accidental about any of it. This wasn't content that got out of hand. The harassment and the provocation were the content. He built his entire brand on violating people in public spaces for views. The communities he targeted in South Korea especially pushed back hard, and local advocacy groups actively worked with authorities to make sure charges were pursued. For some people, infamy is the goal. Johnny found it, just not in the way he probably imagined. His crimes were loud, public, and intentional. Impossible to miss. But unlike Johnny's in-your-face controversy, the biggest scandal on this list stayed hidden for 4 years before it finally exploded. DrDisRespect was one of the biggest names in gaming content. Towering personality, iconic look, massive audience. When Twitch dropped him suddenly in 2020, nobody outside of Twitch knew the real reason. For years, it stayed that way.
I can't go through a fucking another game like that to lose to desync. I can't. I mean, plain and simple, right? These fucking idiots! Huh? These idiots! I can't go through another goddamn session like that. 40 minutes.
Then in 2024, the truth came out. It emerged that in 2017, he had engaged in inappropriate conversations with a minor. These messages had reportedly been known internally at Twitch, and they were connected to the reason for his removal years earlier. DrDisRespect denied criminal intent, and no charges were filed. But that didn't stop the fallout. His own company cut ties with him. Sponsors walked. His carefully built image collapsed almost overnight. What made this story hit differently was the timeline. 4 years of speculation, 4 years of fans wondering what really happened. And then the answer was something far more serious than anyone had publicly suspected. The gaming community had a hard conversation about how long these things can stay hidden inside major platforms before they surface, and what accountability actually looks like when no charges are ever filed. From mall break-ins to international criminal records, streaming culture has exposed some genuinely dark behavior. These platforms give creators power, reach, and visibility, but they also make sure that when you cross a line, the whole world sees it. If you want more stories like these, hit subscribe. We've got plenty more.